Hello, and thank you for joining me today on the Political Conversationalist. My name is Ben Phipps, and we're still doing our Divisive Issues series of videos. I have about 2 or 3 more after this. And today we're talking about drug testing welfare recipients. Now, this is a very hot topic issue. Some people see it as just plain common sense. Some people see it as racism or discriminating by people because of their poverty. It's a very hot topic issue, so I thought I would look into it. Now, apparently there are some people who do believe we should drug test welfare recipients because 15 states have passed legislation to some form of drug screening for welfare recipients. So I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons, and I'm going to give you my opinion after we get through those. So let's start with the cons. Many people say that it's a waste of money. There are a lot of people on welfare, and the drug testing programs, some of them have found very, very few drug abusers on welfare. In fact, 2.6% of recipients tested in Florida tested positive, so 97.4% did not. And when you factor in how much money it takes to drug test all these people, in some circumstances it doesn't really seem worth it. There's already a negative stigma around receiving welfare benefits, and then it's kind of a kick in the gut to say, yes, I know you need help, but I also think you're a drug addict. It's an insult to injury type of situation because people who get assistance don't always get the respect they deserve. So that is a reason some people don't want to drug test welfare recipients. Also, some people say it could be considered unconstitutional. There was a court case called Marczynski, it's spelled Marczynski, probably Polish. Marczynski v. Howard ruled that laws that do not discriminate and drug test all welfare recipients without good suspicion are unconstitutional. Against the Fourth Amendment, the right to privacy. So let's talk about the pros of it. Many people say that it's common sense because most jobs nowadays require you to pass a drug test. In fact, 62% of major employers require a drug test before they will hire you. My job required a drug test before they hired me. The theory goes, or the logic follows, that if I have to pass a drug test to pay taxes, to pay into the welfare system, those people should have to pass a drug test before they can receive basically my tax money as assistance. And a lot of people follow that logic, and that does make good sense. There are 52 million people on welfare. That is a staggering amount. I thought I'd throw that in there. But that's on some type of welfare, whether it be SNAP, EBT, TANF, whatever you want to call it, different WIC, even not just financial assistance, HUD, Housing and Urban Development, things like that. So 52 million people in the U.S. are benefiting somehow from some kind of government assistance program. Anyway, there are also suspicion-based programs, and what I mean by a suspicion-based program is if there's a person applying for welfare who has a history of past drug abuse, maybe they have been convicted of drug possession or drug paraphernalia or something like that, or maybe they admit that they used to be addicted to something, those people will be drug tested. And this is proven to be a lot more time and cost effective, and a lot better at weeding out those who do have drug problems. They have these types of programs in Arizona and Tennessee. Also, drug testing welfare could be seen as a deterrent. In fact, in Missouri between 2013 and 2014, when they had drug testing laws, 711 people who filed for some type of government assistance refused to take the drug test, and of course didn't receive any benefits because of it, so it saved the state of Missouri some money. I have a pretty simple opinion on this. Suspicion-based programs work. The way a lot of them work is they give you like a paper test, almost like a survey thing that you fill out, and you say, well, have you ever done drugs in the past? Yes. Okay, well, we're going to drug test you. Now, you could lie on that, and I'm sure many people do, but drug testing everyone is ridiculously expensive, and we're not going to see a payoff on that in the near future. If ever. If we drug tested all 52 million people who benefit from some type of government assistance program, then we're going to run ourselves further and further and further into debt. Yet if we continue to pay for the lifestyle of drug addicts, we in essence indirectly buy them their addiction, then we also are not helping the country as a whole. So these suspicion-based programs kind of work around both of those things. People who are more likely to be drug addicted are tested, and people who have no seeming likelihood of being drug addicted are not. So it saves money by not drug testing all 52 million people on welfare. I think another benefit about this that people are overlooking is that some states like Tennessee, Utah, and Mississippi have rehab programs. So if a person is suspected of drug abuse when they apply for welfare, then they are tested and they are found to actually be on drugs. They are offered rehabilitation services or referred to a rehabilitation facility. So another benefit of this is that we will identify people who have drug issues, and then we can get them the help, sometimes at the cost of the state albeit, but we can get them the help that they need. So hopefully people will start to get behind some of this common sense suspicion-based programs, but there's a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of politics. But I'd really like to see a federal law on something like this, and maybe we could put some federal money into drug rehabilitation centers, and that would be a much more effective war on drugs than just trying to arrest everyone who has a joint in their pocket. Anyway, I appreciate you joining me today. If you have any questions or comments, of course you can leave them down in the comments below. If you have a longer question, an in-depth question, maybe a suggestion for a video, or you want to submit something to a future Q&A video I have planned, go through the link to my Facebook page, and there's a button on my Facebook page that says email me. If you click that button, you can email me any question you like, any comment or feedback you like. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you and have a blessed day.